And someone just started recording. So thank you. This will be recorded. We will send the recording out by the end of this week, and it will be posted with some main points on our step recap page. So we will start off by getting your thoughts. As an incoming transfer student, what are some of the top 3 things on your mind at this point this summer? I'm going to go ahead and launch that and see what's going on for y'all. See any coming quite yet. All right. Advising. How do you pay for classes? Financial aid. Y'all are in the right place for today. Finding affordable food on campus is one of our popular ones. Living, orientation, paying for classes. All right. So looks like quite a few of you, the majority of you are here for how do you pay for classes? When do I get financial aid, jobs on campus? So we are definitely here to support with that. For advising support, we can send you some of those recordings, but looks like we are all in the right place for today to get some of those financial aid questions answered. Thanks for participating in our poll there. And then just like I mentioned, a brief overview of STEP. This is our transfer talks where we are going to have folks who run some of the resource centers that are going to be the biggest support in your academic journey here at UCSD. We'll continue these Wednesdays at 3 p.m. They are all recorded, so we can make sure to post those to our YouTube channel and add to our website as well in case you are working or there's one that you have to miss. We have more coming up on financial aid, IGETC, campus health will be next week. So all of these burning questions that we saw coming in that poll, know that we are here to make sure that those are getting answered this summer. Some of the other components, starting next week, we're going to kick off our Transfers Connect. This is going to be a chance for you to meet other incoming transfer students. It's a little bit more social. It's run by our peer coaches who are wonderful resources. They are 2nd or 3rd year transfers here at UCSD who are trained on resource centers, who have lived their first year here at UCSD and can give you all those answers. And then you get a chance to meet each other. If any of you are local, you're welcome to come. The first hour will be info sessions and group chat with your peer coaches. And that second hour is a free lunch on us. If you want to participate, but you're not near San Diego, we have the virtual option for you as well. So where you sign up for STEP is where you can sign up for these. Make sure you're RSVPing so we know to feed you or to include you in our raffle for our virtual sessions. And coming up soon, Sam, our academic support coordinator, who's on the line here with us, is working on our transfer map. So if you're starting to think, how do I want to get involved? What am I doing outside of coursework? Please know that we are here to support, and peer coaches are going to meet with you one-on-one. And for planning that process and for participating, you will get a Triton Cash $10 gift card. So a little discount at the bookstore come fall. Our Red Talks will be in early to mid-August, all virtual, similar to these sessions, but it will be all focused on research at UCSD. It's going to be how to talk to faculty. What does research look like here? When can you participate? So all those burning questions in terms of research, we will talk about that later this summer. And we're so excited for Welcome Day, having the chance to meet all of you in person. The day before classes start, we'll have some lunch and it will be fun, a more social day, and get a chance for you to meet some of the friends maybe you've made in the virtual sessions, in the Transfers Connect. So we really look forward to getting to see all your faces in person. And then at the end of that, we will have a in-person optional tour that will be led by peer coaches. So they can show you around, walk you to the buildings where your classes will be, and just make sure that you're feeling good going into classes on September 28th, which is coming up quick. And for any of our first-gen students in the room, we are going to do the first year of the Triton Transfer Promise. So we'll have professional development support, we'll have more community events for other first-gen transfer students. We'll be really excited to work with you and get you with our peer coaches So if you're interested, please sign up on our website. If you've signed up for STEP and that was something that you marked, we'll be contacting you soon about how to get involved. And as I mentioned, all of these are being recorded. If you go to the new admits and drop down to STEP, you'll be able to find all of the recaps. There's a lot of information and it's all swimming as these presentations go. Please know we can always catch up. We'll chapter it out by main subject if you want to just catch up on some of the things that you remember, but you want the nitty-gritty details. It is all here for you. And we will make sure that you can feel like you have all your notes. If today you just want to listen and soak it in and later you want to go back for those details, it will be here for you by the end of this week. And finally, make sure that you are staying all the way until the end of this presentation. We have a raffle and have 3 winners for whoever participates in each of these sessions. We send prizes home to you via mail. You can go ahead and use your phone to pick up this QR code and start that attendance sheet now. We'll also show this at the end of the presentation when we spin our wheel. And I don't want to take up more of your time. We look like we had quite a few more people trickle in. So I'm so excited to introduce Rashinda. She is Assistant Director here of Financial Aid at UCSD and is going to make sure that you know what deadlines to look out for, any questions that you have burning. We have more of her team on the Q&A box. So if you see folks who are cameras off, they are answering your questions. So feel free throughout the session to drop things in Q&A and we will save some time at the end for more Q&A to be answered. But we're here for those questions, bring them in, and I'm gonna go ahead and pass to Rashinda. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so very much for that lovely introduction, and welcome to all of my new incoming Tritons. We are so very happy to have you. Today we are going to talk about all of the information that you need to know about getting prepared for that incoming year. Students, I have a lot of information that I want to go over with you. I'm going to try and do it as quickly as possible, but as thoroughly as possible as well. I'm going to save some time for questions and answers at the end. And like she mentioned, we do have Q&A going. So if you have questions, go ahead and add that to the Q&A box. I have counselors in the background that are able to answer those questions now. All right, today we're going to talk about that financial aid timeline. I want to talk to you about accepting your award offer. I'm going to teach you how to do a quarterly budget for yourself. We're going to talk about financial aid refunds and when that happens. And then I'm going to give you some good information about commencement of academic activity and satisfactory academic progress. And then we'll talk a little bit about the 24-25 FAFSA experience. Students, this is the financial aid timeline that I want to make you aware of. Every single quarter, this is what will be happening. You will enroll in your classes for the quarter. You will be given a billing statement. Students, do not freak out when you receive this billing statement. This is the charges for your tuition and fees. If you're living on campus, you're going to see some on-campus housing charges that are going to be out there for you as well. Keep in mind when your billing statement becomes available, we will also provide you with a pending financial aid estimate section that's going to show you this is how much financial aid you've accepted. This is how much financial aid we're expecting to pay. This is always going to happen prior to the quarter beginning. Financial aid is going to be set up to pay out to students. And you're going to see on your pending financial aid estimate box, if you have a remaining balance due, you want to make sure that you are paying that balance by that fee deadline date. If you don't have a balance due, you're going to see a negative amount. Students, if you see a negative amount, that means you're going to get a refund. So you should be expecting that money to come back to you. If you see that you have a balance due, you want to make sure that you are paying that balance by that fee deadline due date. If you do not pay by that due date, you will be assessed a late fee. If you do not pay by the first day of class, you may find that you have been dropped from your classes. It is very important that you are completing all of your financial aid stuff ahead of time, on time, so your financial aid can pay out. If you have anything remaining to pay, make sure you set up an arrangement and that you make sure that those fees are paid prior to the first day of class. If you want to know when they're going to be dropping students from classes, you can always go online. Just Google search UCSD enrollment and registration calendar, and it'll tell you the date that they're scheduled to drop students from classes. You want to make sure all of your fees have been paid prior to that date. Enrollment is so important, students. We encourage all of our students to be enrolled as a full-time student. That means that you're enrolled in at least 12 or more units. Full-time means that you're going to be paid the max amount of financial aid available. I want you to understand that if you are receiving a Pell Grant award or a Cal Grant award or a middle class scholarship, those awards will pay you based on the number of units that you are enrolled in. It is important that you are enrolled in 12 or more units so that you can get the max amount of financial aid. Enrollment is important. And when I say that, I mean, you cannot be sitting on a wait list. We do not see waitlisted units. So students, you have to actually be enrolled in the classes for financial aid to pay for those classes. It is also crucial that you are in the right number of units by the second Friday of every quarter. We are going to pay you based on the number of units that you are enrolled in at that time. Award offers are going to be coming out in July. They will start rolling out. They will be rolling out from July and in August. By September, for sure, students should all have their award offers. Right now, you all have been presented with the college financing plan, and that gives you an estimate of what your financial aid should look like, but this will be your official award offer. It's going to include your grants and your loans, work study options, scholarships, all of the awards that we're able to offer to you. Award offers are going to be available for all of our students by the end of August, as long as you have completed your financial aid documents by our document deadline date of July 1st. Students, that's coming up in just a few days here. You want to log in and make sure you don't have any documents to turn in. If you have documents to complete, make sure that you complete them before that deadline date to ensure that you get a financial aid offer on time and to ensure that your financial aid pays out prior to that fee deadline date. You will receive an email notification when your award is ready for you to review. Students, we send you emails to your UCSD email address. I'm always going to send you financial aid emails to that UCSD email address. It is important that you get into the habit of checking that, because if I'm sending you an email, please believe it's important. Either I'm trying to pay you some money or I'm letting you know something is preventing money from paying out. It is important that you check your UCSD emails. When you see that financial aid email come out and it lets you know that your award offer is ready for review, that's when you're going to want to log into your Triton Link account. You're going to go down to financial tools and down to financial aid, and you're going to select that 23-24 school year to get in there to get started. If you go there now, one of the things you'll see is the required documents and tasks section. This section will have, if you have documents due, this is where you will find that information. Students, again, that document deadline date is coming up on July 1st. You want to make sure you have your stuff turned in prior to that. If you are going to be accepting any student loans, you're going to want to come back to this section, because after you have accepted loans, it will populate new documents for you to complete. You will have to complete a master promissory note. You will have to complete entrance loan counseling in order for your student loans to pay out. So that information will be listed here under required documents and tasks after you have accepted a loan. The other important information is the direct deposit tool. This is where you can go ahead and enroll in direct deposit now. If you want us to be able to release information to your parents, you can complete that consent to release form, and that will allow us the will allow us the option to go ahead and give your parents information or whoever you provide us to release your information to. Down here as well, parents can apply for the parent loan by clicking on those loan instructions for the PLUS loan. If you wanted to go back and review your award offer or print it at another time, this is where you would go for that as well. Now, this is an example of an award offer. This is an old offer from a previous year. However, I want to show you what it's going to look like for you. Now, what you're going to see on the left-hand side is the total offered amount for the whole school year. On the right, you'll see the breakdown. This is how much we'll pay for the fall. This is how much we'll pay for the winter. And this is how much is going to pay for the spring. Students, it will be on you to go through and accept or decline your student loan options, as well as your work study options. After you make your options there, you're going to go ahead and confirm your options by clicking that confirm option button. Some of the awards that you may be offered. Students, you could be offered some grants and scholarships. This is that great money. This is what we call gift aid, free money. This is the money that you don't have to pay back. It's Pell Grant, it may be Cal Grant, it may be middle class scholarships. Remember, those things will pay based on the number of units that you're enrolled in. It could be our UC grant money, but that's going to be your form of free money. We will automatically accept that money for you, and that money is going to automatically apply towards your charges. You will be given the option for student loans. Now, some loans you may be offered a subsidized loan. A subsidized loan is the loan with no interest while you're in school. The interest does not start accruing until 6 months after you are done with school. The interest rate for the loan is at 5.50%. Unsubsidized loan, it's the same thing, except the interest will start while you are in school. So it will start growing. If you accept that loan, just know it's going to be growing while you're in school. You do not pay anything back until 6 months after you are done with school. If you're offered a university loan, university loans, we have 5% interest rate, and we do not add interest on that loan until 9 months after you are done with school. For Parent Plus loans, parents are going to have to apply for that. Their credit has to be approved. Parents, if they are approved for the loan, you see the interest rate there. Interest starts accruing immediately, and parents will start making payments while you are in school. Students, if you're offered the work study option, I do encourage you to accept it. Work study is the opportunity for you to be able to earn money while you're going to school. You can work on or off campus. You get to earn a paycheck every 2 weeks. You can work up to 20 hours a week. If you are interested in doing this, you want to accept your offer of work study on your award letter, and then you want to head over to the Career Center site, go to that handshake tool and search for your federal work study positions. This is how you get a job here on or off campus. And this is how you can go ahead and start earning money while you're coming to school. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this quarterly budget. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you have enough financial aid to cover your charges every quarter. Now, when you get your award offer is going to be giving you the total amount that you're going to be getting for the campus. You want to make sure you have enough financial aid to cover those two highlighted amounts, tuition and fees, and your food and housing. As long as you have enough money for that, then you're going to be fine, right? So you want to make sure you add up your financial aid and make sure you have enough money for that. Students, if you're living off campus, you want to make sure you have enough money for your tuition and fees, okay? The other thing that you want to consider is this. We never charge you for the whole year all at once. We charge you quarterly. So you will get charged for the first quarter. A third of your tuition and fees will be charged. A third of your housing will be charged to you at the beginning of fall. The same thing will happen at the beginning of winter and the beginning of spring quarter. If you are living on campus, you're going to find that you are being charged for tuition and fees as well as housing and meals. And so you want to make sure that you have enough financial aid to cover those amounts. You want to take your total financial aid, divide it by 3. That's the amount that we're going to be receiving each quarter. If you're living off campus, these are the things you want to consider. Make sure you have enough money to cover your tuition and fees. If you were going to be paying rent, let's say you're paying $1,000 a month, you want to multiply that for the 9 months of school, and you want to make sure you add an additional $9,000 to your tuition and fees to make sure you have enough money to cover for your year, okay? If you're living with parents, you only want to make sure you have enough money to cover your tuition and fees. Everything else is just extra, okay? Now, here's the other thing that I want you all to consider. The quarter is a 3-month period. So refunds and financial aid pays out at the beginning of each quarter. If you receive a refund, you need to hold that money and make sure you're budgeting it for the 3 months within the quarter before you receive another refund. Speaking of refunds, it is a good idea to go ahead and set up direct deposit. When financial aid, whenever you receive your billing statement, you will see that pending financial aid box, and it's going to let you know if you're going to be receiving a refund. Remember, if you see a negative amount, that means that's the amount that we will be refunding to you. Students, it's a good idea to go ahead and go use that direct deposit tool via Triton link and set up direct deposit now. If you have more than enough financial aid to cover all of your fees, then that's the amount that you're going to be getting back in a refund. Okay, refunds will always occur on the first day of each quarter, as long as you have completed all of your financial aid stuff ahead of time and all of your stuff is good to go ahead of time. Then you can bank on your financial aid coming in by the first day of each quarter. If you're getting a refund and you have direct deposit, that means that money is going to already be in your account on the first day of class. Commencement of academic activity is a very important thing that we started this past year. Students, professors will need to certify your attendance for each of your classes. Commencement of academic activity will be due by the second Friday of each quarter. Professors will be assigning you maybe a survey to complete. It may be just a quick assignment. It may be just answer this question. But whatever they are assigning for you to do within those first 2 weeks of classes, you want to make sure you complete that. That's how they certify that you have been attending your classes. Failure to get that certification of attendance can result in a loss of your financial aid. So we can pull some of your federal financial aid back in the event that they're not able to certify that you've been attending your classes. I cannot stress this enough. It is very important that by that second Friday of each quarter, you're already in your classes, you've been attending your classes, and you're completing your coursework. Additionally, satisfactory academic progress is also extremely important. Students, we monitor your GPA. At the end of each school year, we will go back and we will determine if you have maintained a cumulative GPA of 2.0 or higher, and then that will determine if you are good to go for financial aid the following school year. As incoming students right now, you're all good to go. Your first quarter, let's say you do really good. In your second quarter, let's say you really do bad. But then your spring quarter, you pick it back up. As long as your overall GPA ends up being above a 2.0, you're fine. And you will continue to receive financial aid. For students who are attending summer right now, at the end of your summer session, we will be monitoring your GPA. As long as you have over a 2.0, you're fine to receive your financial aid in the fall quarter. If you're not attending summer right now, you're fine going straight on into the fall quarter. You have fall, winter, spring before we're going to review your GPA to make sure you're maintaining that 2.0. In the event that you are not maintaining that 2.0 and you fall below, We do have an appeal option for students, so you can complete a SAP appeal and we can offer you financial aid if your appeal is approved. Appeals are only approved based on like the reasoning, what was going on. You're going to have to provide documentation and let us know what was happening. Why did you get below a 2.0? What have you done to make changes? And so students, you don't want to fall into that situation. However, if you do, we do have ways to support you. You do have appeal options so that you're still able to receive your financial aid. All right, it's time to talk about the new FAFSA. The 24-25 FAFSA is going to be a brand new experience, students. I know you all have completed a financial aid application in the past. This new FAFSA application is going to be brand new, something we have never experienced before. We will be providing more information to all of you later this summer. Please be on the lookout for that information. It's going to be coming out to you. We'll be sending out email blasts as well. The new FAFSA is expected to come out in December. Normally our FAFSAs have been coming out in October. This year, we're expecting it to come out in December. We will be sending out an email to let you all know the date when it's available. That's when you're going to hop in there and make sure you get your new FAFSA completed. It is supposed to be an easier and a better FAFSA application. So more information will be coming out later this summer about that. I want to encourage you all to visit our website. We have a lot of information that's available to you students there. If you go to our website, at the very bottom of the home page is where we'll have like our information and news section. So any type of updated deadlines or anything like that will be available for you there. Later in mostly probably in August is when we will be offering our appeals for financial aid. Students, the cost of attendance appeal option will be available. That is where you can go online and request to increase your cost of attendance based on like additional expenses. And if that's approved, then we can offer you additional financial aid to support that. Family contribution appeals will also become available, and those will include like the loss of income appeals. For example, if your 2023 current income is much less than the 2021 income that was reported on your FAFSA, then we have an appeal option for you. We could take those things into consideration and provide you with more financial aid. We will have divorce separation appeal options available if your parents are now divorced or separated and they weren't at the time when you did the FAFSA application. All of those appeals will become available later in August. You want to keep an eye out on our website. That's where they will be posted. We'll put a blast out to let you know that they're available for you then. Now, if you don't, it is now time for you to make sure to follow us. We are on Twitter. We are also on Instagram. Mostly everything financial aid related, we post to Instagram. We have a lot of information pumped out there regarding deadlines, regarding any type of scholarships that may have just came out. We do live Q&A sessions. We just provide you with tons of information. So this is a really great resource to use. And it's easy. It's right there on your phone for you to just click on and see. On a daily basis, we post information for you students. So definitely follow us. If you don't, at UCSD FinAid is our handle. If you have questions, you can always email our office as well. We do answer emails. However, the best way to get in contact with us is either to come into the office or to visit us via virtual counseling. To get to that virtual counseling, you just go to our website. Right there on the home page is a link. You could just click on there and it'll take you right to virtual counseling. If you click on the contact us section, that's going to give you our office hours and let you know exactly when we are in the office. It will let you know all of that information. And do we have questions? Did I save enough time for us? Oh, you're muted, Tessa.
That was so much information and so fast. I do see some questions coming in now. You mentioned that you're going to send a lot of stuff via email. Would someone, either you or someone in your office, put your email in the chat? Because I am a big fan of making VIPs for those offices. If you use your mail app, if you have an iPhone, that will actually come to your home screen. But I would make sure that that's one of your VIP contacts now. We'll make sure that's in the chat. And then, oh, there's a lot of good questions coming in Q&A. And it looks like—
Thank you, Alina. Okay, so let's see what's going on in Q&A.
Perfect. So how do they accept their financial aid award is one of the ones I'm seeing.
Good, good. Okay, again, students, what you are waiting for is that award offer to become available. We will be emailing you a notification when it's out there for you. You're just going to go straight to your Triton Link page. You're going to click on the financial tools, go down to financial aid, and from there, log in. You will be able to view your awards that are being offered, and you're just going to click on the button to say, I want to accept this or I want to decline this. In the event that you decline like a loan, and because you're like, there's no way I'm taking out student loans, and then later on you do the math and you realize, uh-oh, I kind of need that loan, you can always email our office. We can open it back up for you so that you're able to accept it.
Awesome.
Ooh.
As someone who's been in colleges for a while supporting students, I wonder if you might go back to the slide that had the different types of loans.
Oh, yes, definitely. Let's see.
That's one I screenshotted myself. For folks in the audience, that might be one that I recommend you screenshot or take a picture, because this is something that's going to come up every quarter. This confuses me endlessly. So I wrote down my notes and I'm trying to add this to my own space. This is helpful.
Key pro tip, students, subsidized loan. If you have to take a loan, subsidized loan is the way to go, right? There's no interest on that loan. So that loan is going to remain the same amount of time until you're done with school, and until 6 months after you're done with school. That's when you start worrying about it. That's when it's going to start growing. So you always want to utilize your subsidized loans first. If you need additional money, that's when you're going to tap into that unsubsidized loan. Okay, you will notice later on you'll get notifications in the mail and it'll tell you this is your loan amount. You'll notice that that loan is growing because the interest is accruing. The interest is not a whole lot. It doesn't grow a whole lot. It may start out at $2,000 and by the end of the year it's $2,048. I mean, it's not a whole lot. So it's not so bad. If you have to take a student loan, it's not a bad deal. Keep in mind, if you are borrowing, you want to minimize that and you want to only borrow what you really need. So do the math, calculate it out. What am I going to get each quarter? Also, if I'm offering you a $5,500 subsidized loan, you don't get all $5,500 at once. Remember, you only get a third of it in the fall, a third of it in the winter, and a third of it in the spring. Same thing for the unsub loan. So that also means your interest isn't growing for the whole loan, right? Because only a third of it has been dispersed at one point, and then it grows. So it's not so bad if you have to take out a loan.
And do you mind, I haven't seen the question come in, but do you mind explaining what interest is in very simple terms?
Yeah, so if I'm, I don't know if you've ever bought a car or anything like that, if you're being given interest, that means this is the percentage that your loan is going to grow. So it's going to take that total amount of your loan, that percentage amount, you can expect your loan to grow. It is not going to grow at that rate each month. It's over the period of the year.
Thank you.
Let me see, what else do we have? When accepting loans, are we accepting for the entire year? No, you are accepting for the entire year. On your award offers, yes, good question. You are accepting for the whole year. Keep in mind, only an amount will pay out each quarter and each quarter. If you want to take out the loan later on, then maybe you don't accept it right now and then you email us later like, okay, now I do want to accept it, that's fine. If the fall quarter has already passed and we're in the winter, the fall and the winter portion will disperse at the same time. So like, depending on when it's accepted and the timing of it will determine when it's going to pay out. Can I receive financial aid this summer? If you have completed a financial aid application for the 2022-23 school year last year, and our school code is on it, and if you are enrolled in 6 or more units, then you could be eligible for financial aid in the summer here. You have to already be enrolled though to be offered that, and your financial aid application needs to be here already, like right now, because it ends by June 30th. You cannot make any more changes.
A hot topic in our questions that have been answered and also in some of the ones coming in has been financial aid and study abroad. Do you have a rule of thumb for that?
Ooh, so financial aid and study abroad, it works. So if you do want to do study abroad, we do have special counselors that can help answer those questions for you. Essentially what happens, let's say that you are going away for a quarter, depending on how much that quarter away cost, we will go ahead and adjust your cost of attendance for that period. We will also offer you financial aid for that cost of attendance adjustment for that period. So we will be able to adjust your financial aid to offer you support while you're doing study abroad. Good question. What happens if you reach the max amount of money to be made with work study? This is such a good question. Do you lose your job? That would be horrible, right? Most work study employers won't just fire you. That wouldn't happen. Let me explain a little bit of how work study works. Do I have time? Yes. So work study works like this. Let's say you get a job on campus and it is at Starbucks, and the Starbucks is paying you $15 an hour. Is that regular? I don't know. Let's say it's $15 an hour. And so really what happens is if they're a work study employer, the work study from the federal government is paying $750, and Starbucks is paying the other $750 of your salary, right? So really you're earning some money from your employer as well as your work study. Although your work study award may be $2,400, in the end, you're also going to earn that same amount from your employer. So it's a good thing. It's a subsidized type of thing, so it really works out for you. And usually if you have utilized all of your work study award, your employer will find a way to keep you on in most cases. Some employers don't have the budget for it, so it just really depends on where you're going. Do loans affect my credit score? Would it help to boost my credit score? It certainly can. Students, whenever you are taking out a federal student loan and it is time for you to start making payments on those federal student loans, every time that you are making a payment, you are doing something great for your credit score. Okay, that is a wonderful way for you to build credit. Excellent way. Nothing looks better than paying something back federal on your credit report. Do I wait until my financial aid is posted or should I do it ASAP? As soon as your award offers come out, students, I want you to go online and go through the process of accepting your awards. Why? Because we want to make sure your awards are set up ahead of time so that it pays out on time at the first day, right? And before those fee deadlines. I'm saying, can you pay your subsidized loans? While you can certainly pay your loans while you're in school, you're just not required to make a payment until you're done with school. But yeah, if you have money and you want to do that, go for it. Where can I check to see what documents I'm missing? Log into Triton Link right now. Go into Triton Link, log into my Triton Link. Financial tools, go down to financial aid, click on 2324. Right there under required documents and tasks, it'll tell you if you have something you need to turn in. Let's see. If I will become a green card holder next year, could I ask for financial aid for 24-25? You certainly can. Yes. At that point in time, you're eligible for financial aid. Yes. Can we work at the financial aid office and can it be counted as work study? I love that question. Yes, beautiful question. Yes, we do have federal work study positions all the time. They become available. I have student workers that are my front desk student workers. I have peer advisors that work in my office. So I have email correspondents that are student workers as well. So we do have positions that become available. You would need to be checking on the handshake tool. That's where we post our positions when they become available. VA benefits. I did not get a chance to talk about that, so I'm glad I see that in there. Students, if you have VA benefits, you need to make sure that you are contacting our registrar's office. We have a VA coordinator there, and they will set up your VA awards. Once that is set up, we get notified of that. And basically, if we don't know about it, we're going to set you up with a regular financial aid award. When we know about it, we're going to reduce and, adjust your financial aid award around your veteran benefits. How far in advance? Oh, Rebecca's answering that one. And I don't know. Any other questions? Tessa, you see any? Oh,
I'm scrolling through and I'm trying to see if there were themes, others as well. So this is a great question. If you start paying back your loans while you're in school, will interest be accrued or only the unpaid amount? So can you get out of some of that interest?
Yeah, you wouldn't have interest on anything that hasn't paid, right? You're only going to be responsible. Like if you're paying on your subsidized loan before they even added interest, you've paid an interest-free loan.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of questions about work study. Just like what kind of jobs can be work study? Can this be
oh my
work
gosh,
study?
let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Yes.
Work study positions can be anything, guys. I've seen people that work in dining halls that are work study, people that work in the Sunshine Market on campus, every dining area on campus, from the Starbucks to the Burger King to like all of these places have work study. Most offices have work study students. A lot of departments just have a work study student because you need them. We need help. So you can there's driving positions. You could just be a driver and drive a cart around and escort people. You could drive a bus.
They make good money.
They make good
Bus drivers
money.
make good money.
Yes. There's all kinds of positions that are going to be available. I would suggest that you start searching probably late summer when they start posting them online, right prior to the fall quarter beginning. So like after you get your award offer, start to check and see what's out there. Sometimes you may not find a position at the beginning of the fall quarter, and that's fine. Guess what? You still got time to make your money. However, you need to make sure that you utilize your work study award between fall, winter, and spring. That's the only time that it's available for you. It's not available in the summertime.
Taking a branch from work study as well, there's a new program that UCSD is the first campus to offer. It's called LAEP. And if you are work study eligible, the California Department of Labor will pay you $20 an hour to do research with any professor in any field at UCSD. So maybe you're like, I want to start like doing an internship. I want to get ready for my major. That's another way to make your work study money work for you. And that's a way to have something in your field too. So that's another great option. Someone asked the benefits. Also, the benefit of work study is that more people it stretches the university's dollar a little bit further. So we can only hire so many folks, but if we're paying half your paycheck,
they can hire
more folks.
Yes. It's a wonderful benefit for both the employer and the employee. So it's a win-win situation.
Absolutely. Again, so yeah, study abroad's a popular topic today. No required tasks. Can they get financial aid over the summer?
Yes. So summer financial aid is available. So again, if you're trying to do it for right now, you have to complete the 22-23 FAFSA application with our school code on it prior to June 30th, which is like 2 days away. So make sure our school code is on it. You have to be enrolled in at least 6 units. This is if you want to attend prior to starting the fall quarter. If you want to attend in the summer after fall, winter, spring, and summer, yes, we have financial aid available for you at the end of summer. It'll be based off of that 23-24 FAFSA that we're using for next year.
And
Is it
go ahead.
Sorry, is a direct deposit to get paid from work study or to pay? No, direct deposit is completely different. So you set up your own pay, whatever, with your work study in your job, right? Like how you would set up your regular paycheck, that's completely different. Direct deposit is if you are receiving a refund and we owe you financial aid, we don't want to be sending out a paper check to some address out there. We want to just put that money right into your account so you can utilize it by the first day of class. Direct deposit is a way so that we can put money into your account, not a way that we can pull money from your account. So it's a safe thing. But if you go and you set it up now and it's set up ahead of time, anytime we need to send you money, it'll go directly into your account. It takes like 2 business days max.
Awesome. Yeah, these were some great questions and great information. I think we even went way more in depth on some of these topics that I don't think I had imagined that would come up. So these are great questions. And asking what kind of payment plan.
I seen that. I was just going to say that. Okay.
That's a great one.
So students, I want to make this clear for you. There is something called the TRIP payment plan. It is the Triton Registration Installment Plan. However, that is only for tuition and fees. If you have a Cal Grant, that's covering your tuition and fees. You don't need TRIP. If you have housing charges and you want to, make a payment on your housing, that's a housing payment plan you need to set up with housing. That's not a TRIP payment plan. If you're receiving financial aid, in most cases, you don't really need to set up a TRIP payment plan because financial aid should be coming in and covering your tuition and fees. In the event that you do have to pay out of pocket, TRIP is a way so that you don't have to pay all of the fees at the beginning of the quarter. Instead, you split it up and you pay in monthly installments. So you get to pay 3 monthly fees or 3 monthly payments for your 1 quarterly charge. So that's the TRIP payment plan. You do not want to set that up if you're getting financial aid and it's enough to cover your tuition. You're good. Okay. Housing. If you are doing your housing contracts and you're living on campus, it is a very good idea that you set it up quarterly. Why? Because we pay financial aid quarterly. If you try and set it up monthly, every single month you're going to have to pay rent, and we're not giving you financial aid every single month like that. So it doesn't make sense to set it up monthly. And you don't want to set it up yearly because who wants to pay all $17,000 of housing all at once, right? So you definitely want to set up your financial or your housing as quarterly installments so that they charge you at the beginning of each quarter. We pay your financial aid at the beginning of each quarter and you're good.
And then a couple about the Blue and Gold opportunity plan.
Yeah, so Blue and Gold works like this. If you don't have, first of all, if you're a California resident, if your family's income is $80,000 or less, and if you did your FAFSA and stuff on time, Cal Grant eligible, that type of thing, then you're automatically considered for Blue and Gold. The way that it works is this. If you don't have enough free money in your award offer to cover the total cost of your system-wide tuition and fees, that $13,752, if you don't have enough free money for that, Blue and Gold is going to kick in additional money to make sure you have enough, exactly that amount of money to cover your fees. Okay. If you have a Cal Grant award, you're not going to get Blue and Gold on top of it because Cal Grant is already paying for your tuition and fees. So it's like you're either going to get one or the other.
I think we've got them all.
I think
great.
so too.
That was a rapid fire round. That was amazing.
Good. Thank you to my chatters back there answering questions. I see you guys typing now. Thank you.
Awesome. And we will have another Triton talk, transfer talk, specifically on bills and how to pay bills. So that's going to happen on August 30th, again on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. So some of these questions, if they are still burning for you come August, we're happy to have you here again in our Zoom room and focus on those bill pay, how to do those.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and post our attendance link one more time in the chat. Make sure that you are filling that out. We have fun. We have t-shirts, we have mugs, we have all kinds of goodies that you get. So not only do you get great information, we also send you some fun things at home. So make sure that you are filling out that chat. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen one more time. We'll give you a couple more minutes just to get your attendance in. As we're also working on that, we want to make sure that we are getting a poll. We want to make sure that these are useful to you. Today's I learned so much. I'm going to go ahead and open this poll here and get some thoughts from the group here. You'll see that popping up on your screen. We'll give you a couple minutes to do both that and the attendance as we get our spinny circle of learning set up, or spinning circle of winning. I guess learning has happened, but you'll see you'll see the poll and you'll see the attendance link in the chat. Give a couple minutes there. Awesome. Thank you for those of you filling out that poll. Those are coming in quick. Can I show the QR code? Yes, there it is. Sorry. I'm still getting some good poll answers in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move through the rest of our slides here. The QR code goes to the same place of the most recent link in the chat. So you have that here, but next week will be same place, same time for our Your Health at UCSD. We'll talk about the SHIP, the health plan, how to get different services that you might need at UCSD, and submitting your vaccine records this summer. So again, same Zoom link, same time next week. We hope that you can join us here. And let's see, it looks like we are getting to the very end. So Jackie is loading up our spinny wheel and it is just about time for our raffle. Make sure that you're getting those attendances in. Jackie, how's it looking? Are our numbers leveling out a little bit? Are folks still coming in?
Just getting a couple more here. I am just about done. Let me add the last batch and then let's get started. All right, everybody, let me share my screen so you can see what I see. Here we go. We got the spinny wheel here for you. Let's get started. We're doing this 3 times. And congratulations to, Neo. Congratulations, Neo. We're going to be reaching out to you to make sure that we get your address to send your giveaway. So let's do it again. All right, congratulations, Kelsey. We'll be reaching out to you as well to make sure that you get that we have the address to send your gift. And finally, Sophia, congratulations, Sophia. We will also make sure to reach out to you and get your address to send your gift.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. We will get those emails out today, and this recording should be up by the end of day this Friday. We're so happy to have you all here, and we hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. To our guest speakers and to our question answerers who are silent but so mighty in the Q&A box, we're so grateful for your time. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.